What does digitalization mean for your organization? When you think about technology, do you ever feel like the Red Queen in Lewis Carroll's Through the Looking Glass? Imagine the scene where Alice and the Queen are running as fast as they can, and despite their efforts, they remain stuck in the same place. Ever feel like that? Is technology a lot like that for you? Does it seem as if you are falling behind? Let's face it, digitalization is fast-paced, and the technology, as it changes, we're forced to adapt or avoid that inevitable change. Entrepreneurs, however, that avoid or find themselves avoiding that quickly find themselves out of business. So let's explore what digitalization means for you and your organization. Digitalization versus digitization. First, did you know digitalization and digitization are related but different processes? Some people don't know that. The two sound very familiar but are often confused. In short, digitalization is a broader, transformative, and dynamic process. Digitization is about transformation. The focus of this is on tangible things. Scanning paper records and keeping them as PDFs is digitization. Shifting your snail mail marketing program to email is digitalization. Digitalization is also occasionally called digital transformation. Maybe that's easier. The main distinction is that digital transformation is overarching. It's something that organizations incorporate into their vision statements and their company culture. And we know how important company culture is, right? Digital transformation focuses on an organization's comprehensive metamorphosis into something more technologically driven. Digitalization, on the other hand, is the steps you take to complete your digital transformation. It is the new projects and the processes that allow you to be more operationally effective, right? Implement those systems, right? While these terms are sometimes used interchangeably, focusing on digitalization as defined in this video will help you become better aware of the different uses of these terms. Understanding digitalization. At its heart, digitalization is about using digital technology to modernize your business model. Technology encompasses a wide range of applications, let's face it, tools and services, all of which are likely to be very useful for your organization, yet many people fear it. Modernization, however, is just relative, right? Let's cut right to the core, shall we? Business models are challenging to change. Sometimes it's hard to change a speeding locomotive, right? And your organization exists because your business model has been successful so far, right? But as you've likely heard, what got you here won't get you there. I know you have some sense of that. Successive wins often lead to too much stability and comfort and taking things for granted. We don't want that, right? Ever catch yourself being set in your ways? I have. This can be detrimental to top competitive markets and highly changing environments. So it's good to look at these. When you become aware of it, it's time to make a change. So, how digitalization can help you. With all the questions and uncertainty in the world today, you may wonder if digitalization is even worth it to you. Let me assure you, overcoming any frustration and expenses stemming from new technology is worth it, unequivocally. It truly is. Your competitors are all doing it. And if you want to keep up with them or outpace them at some point, you'll have to start digitizing your organization too. It's that important. If that's not like reason enough for you, digitalization opens up new growth opportunities as well, especially for your organization. It also transforms your ability to reach out and interact with current and with future customers. It's so important. Right now, your market might consist of people within, let's just say, for example, a 50-mile radius from your physical location. Depending on what services or products you offer, digitalization could expand that to encompass a 500-mile range or even the entire globe. How exciting is that? With changes over the last few years that we've all walked through, more organizations now conduct their business virtually. That opens up doors. It's also safer and easier and much more accessible. No matter what, now is the perfect time to start focusing on your organization's digital transformation. Even if the digitalization you do is a contingency plan rather than a new mode of operation for you, it's still a worthy endeavor. So, what are some of the downsides, right? The common statement, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Ever heard that? That's one of the worst things to rely upon. Please don't do it. This type of lazy mentality is one of the reasons there is so much resistance to digitalization. And there's a lot of fear out there. What's the point of doing extra work to counter unknown future problems, right? Wrong! Ask any risk management professional. They'll assure you there are many reasons to implement this. If you do not digitize, you'll not keep up with your competitors. Seriously, it's so important. Remember, Blockbuster, the newest generations don't. Blockbuster is sometimes something millennials joke about. That is, if anyone thinks about it at all today, right? How did a multi-billion-dollar company disappear? Blockbuster was once the leading video chain in the United States, but it didn't digitize. Netflix took advantage of the internet to make streaming widely available. Blockbuster did not. The rest is just history. You don't want your organization to turn into a cautionary tale, do you? Of course you don't. Digitalization contributes to productivity. Think about the amount of time your employees or team spend shuffling through papers in desk drawers, filing cabinets. Should solve this problem, right? But nowadays, many just take up space and collect dust. Imagine running a quick search of a shared drive and turning up anything you're looking for immediately. Digitalization lets you do that. It also means your entire team is able to work on the same document all at the same time. No more trying to keep track of who has what version. These are simple, quick practices that can be implemented simply and easily. Are there risks involved in digitalization? Sure. There are risks inherent in everything we do, including digitalization. That doesn't mean you should abandon digitalizing your organization's processes. Yet, it is vital to be aware of some of the risks. One of the main concerns facing organizations is cybersecurity. This is simply solved by seeking expert counsel, especially with health, financial, or other sensitive information. Other challenges may come in the form of expenses, training, and technical know-how. Digitalization saves you time and money in the long term. However, at the start, you might find yourself investing in your technology before receiving a real return on your investment. Before making purchases, carefully consider how you will train your team to interact with updated systems and processes. Don't be discouraged, though. Seek consulting teams that can help. It's simple and easy. If you're searching for ideas to convince your organization to start digitalizing, there's good news. If that is the case, try to quantify the operational effectiveness, productivity, and the financial benefits digitalization would create. Make it specific and subjective. Do not rely on averages from other companies. Use cost comparisons within your own company and emphasize what return on investment digitalization offers you and your organization. Benefits will far outweigh any risks. Ways to start implementing digitalization. The word digitalization still might not resonate with you. That's okay. Without concrete examples of how to implement it in your own company, it may be challenging to synthesize the words. It differs per industry and depends upon how much you've already completed within your company. Here are a few general tips. Implement Google My Business. Have you done that yet? Execute search engine optimization. SEO is so powerful. It helps potential customers discover you when they run a search for pains, needs, specific goods and services. Set up an online store. Explore virtual consultations and coaching, so important nowadays. Double down on email marketing campaigns and implement online advertising. Test artificial intelligence and chatbots for immediate customer service. All these things are so important. Expand your digital assets and your video content. Enhance your social media marketing strategies. These things are so powerful. Successful examples of digitalization. Digitalization is not just a gimmick. Digitalization is not something that major companies have been doing for years. It is. It provides a competitive edge. Just think about it. Microsoft, for example, noticed that companies like Apple, Amazon, and Google were producing more innovative products years ago. They finally realized that their longtime prestige had rendered them a little bit complacent. When their market share dropped or dipped, they began to pivot by investing in cloud computing and combining Microsoft Azure, Office 365, and Microsoft Dynamics. They developed a solid change in the market. That was 2014. A single share back then was $48.84. So $48 basically, or $49. Now, according to the same source, it's about $215 or $216. Without that pivot, Microsoft might have gone out of business. See how important these things are? Digitalization is a critical part of every business. So, where do you go from here? Maybe you are afraid of technology, or just maybe you're unfamiliar with it. Maybe you're feeling energized at the prospect of change and you just don't know what to do. Or maybe you feel it's a challenge. Either way, Build Brilliance is here to partner with you. Our team and our partners span the globe. We offer professional consulting, coaching, in-house speaker workshops, virtual events to handle all of your local and your digital virtual service requirements. Schedule a consultation today. Discover what limitless success looks like for you. Don't you want that? Of course you do. Thanks for joining me in this video, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.